Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Garzen.
I'm Lindsay.
This is Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, episode 3. Ramona rents a video. Let's see what happens this time. Leave a like and subscribe. Check out last episode reaction. Check out Patreon to make it ahead. Maybe? I don't know. We weren't planning on doing this like that.
Yeah, because we thought that
it was going to be weekly,
out,
so
yeah.
we weren't going to plan to like binge ahead. So maybe you'll get some ahead. Check Patreon.
You'll
I
get
guess.
uncuts.
You'll get uncut reactions.
Yeah.
Okay. Leave a like and subscribe. Let's go. Young Neil episode. So Young Neil was supposed to be like the pathetic weakling weirdo, like who just kind of copies Scott because he doesn't have a personality. He's kind of like a mirror for Scott is what Young Neil is. Young Neil kind of hang around with the band. Once Scott like starts hanging with Ramona and starts like trying to improve himself, Young Neil stays in the band. That's kind of like, I mean, they go somewhere, but like he's just kind of messing around. And he dates Knives after Scott, and he's just kind of following his footsteps. He's kind of like showing what Scott would be if he wasn't trying to improve himself. And I wonder if they're gonna kind of focus on that a little bit. If he's gonna try and get with Ramona, or if Ramona tries to get with him. Let's see.
What if I can die? And just when I found out I'm a cinephile? Anyways, that's why I'm busy writing this movie. So don't bother calling. Oh, this is your son, by the way. And you.
What?
What? Writing a screenplay?
Nothing.
You can just tell how horrible those blinds are from here.
Yeah, right. Hmm? Who is that?
My sleep paralysis demon.
He's gonna wake up and the script's gonna be done. He's gonna be like, a mysterious ghost wrote it for him.
You see the arrow bar on his on his desk? He just has an arrow bar on his desk. I love it's Young Neil.
Whoa.
Like it's not even a real name.
Feature-length screenplay on my sleep. I'm a screenwriter!
Right.
Get it on the screen and I'll call you that.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish looking up because it sounds like the OP from Bochi. They don't really have this is like this and one other show. That's it.
I like it.
Yeah. What if for every thumbnail it's just her with a different color of hair?
That's genius.
Jesus, Julie.
What's up, Ramona?
Nothing major. Just somebody kidnapped Scott Pilgrim and faked his death.
You're joking. Stacy, I'm taking my 15. You took your 15 20 minutes ago. Would you stop swearing? We have f***ing customers. Stop my life. Tell me everything.
Last night, in my dreams, I saw Scott's subspace highway and heard his voice. It doesn't matter.
He's alive. My
I think
proof
it means
in
he's
my
alive.
dreams.
So I went back to the rocket to look at the security footage of what we thought was Scott's death.
Mystery.
There's a trapdoor, and then some coins flew out of nowhere.
Vegan powers.
Oh.
Someone grabbed him and pulled him into a portal.
It's a conspiracy. It's the same gloved hand from before.
I knew it was too good to be
That
true.
cake looks so good right now.
Wallace, have you been out all night?
Did you say Scott's alive?
Yeah.
Oh, trippy. Well, if you see him, tell him I changed the locks. Me.
So why would someone kidnap Scott? And why would they get my hopes up by making it seem like he was dead?
I haven't figured that out yet. Well, you know everyone, right? I thought you could give me a quick rundown of the major characters in Scott's life.
More like major suspects. Well, let's see. There's
Did Envy
two
get
stills. My
get
ex,
fucking
and
Todd to do that? Like,
too much anxiety.
and she's
No
just like
way
keeping
you
him
know
chained up in her
what
basement.
Then there's
That's how
Stephen
she knew to
Irving.
perform at his
Well,
funeral.
He's kind of sheltered
To
and
distract
totally
everyone.
nice, but don't let that fool you. He's an idiot. He'd make Scott look like a genius, but he can't because that's literally impossible.
What about Envy Adams?
And that was before she went on to become a global sex symbol.
I saw her do her thing at the funeral. She's even hotter in person. Are we sure they dated?
Yeah, you're obviously not the only one with questionable taste, Ramona. Well, you know who you should talk to? His other ex. She's known him longer than anyone.
Okay. Who is she?
Kim.
What is Sex in the Barn without Scott?
There's always Scott's understudy.
No, I fear change!
You want to try playing something together? Just for fun?
Me and you?
I don't see anyone else in here.
The jacket, too.
How am
Yeah.
I playing the drums? How do I know which notes to play?
It's up to you. That's why they call it play.
Just having so much fun.
Mm-hmm. This is nice. He's like, what?
How long have you been playing bass?
Oh, like 2 minutes.
What time is it?
4 p.m.
Oh, then 4 hours.
I'm late for work.
Have you ever thought about collaborating with a seasoned songwriter?
Does she work at a video store? I love that there's a video store.
I also love that Ramona works for Netflix and she works for the video store.
Yeah. It's like how most of Ramona's exes have music experience. Similar thing.
Funny thought. Maybe he faked his own death to get out of paying her.
But originally it was Amazon.
You're half right.
Which half?
He's not dead.
Huh. The house always wins. It's just a dumb thing a dumb person told me one time. So, you've been using Scott's unconscious dreamscape to deliver DVDs quicker?
You're the first person in Canada to understand that. It's not a complicated concept.
No wonder you're putting us out of business.
Canada?
No, video stores.
Julie said you knew him the longest. When did you meet?
You told me you were good at drawing.
Maps are hard. If I had to draw a sheep, though, I draw perfect.
A sheep? Draw me a sheep. That's the worst sheep I've ever seen.
What are you talking about? A sheep is excellent.
He was always an idiot. But one thing led to another, and to my continued embarrassment, Scott Pilgrim became my first boyfriend.
Is Scott drawing you a sheep your most romantic memory, or?
There was this one time I was kidnapped by a rival school, and Scott had to fight through an entire army of teen jerks and their leader Simon Lee to rescue me.
That's a romantic memory.
Yeah, but how romantic can a memory be if things ended terribly?
Why does this always happen to me?
I don't know. Maybe you could ask one of your 7 evil exes. Kind of assume they'd be your first suspects.
I'm not in a hurry to see them.
Huh?
What?
Sounds like Holly's taking care of it.
Tim, customer.
Is it Envy? Who is it? Or is it...
Well, you better.
Oh.
be
Oh.
You two know each
Are
other?
we better at expecting?
College roommates.
College roommates.
And more.
Roxy Richter, Ramona's 4th evil ex.
4? What about 2 and 3?
4 ain't nothing but a number, baby. But that's league-wise and one. Rocks you like a hurricane.
Why are you even?
Shh, 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 shh. I'm here for us, Ramona. Because I have something that others never will.
Which is what exactly?
Emotional intelligence.
Right.
Boys know how to talk about their feelings.
You fail to mention is that when it comes to feelings, you're as clueless as the boys.
That's so unfair. You're just impossible to talk to.
You want to talk about feelings? Start talking.
I've got a better idea.
I have emotional intelligence. Let's just beat the shit out of each other.
Talk about... Okay, fine, talk. No. Oh, shit. Why is she here? What is she... You're trying to win back her heart by beating her into submission?
Is it her Mary Poppins bag over
Yeah,
here?
it's a magic bag. There's a star on it. She's God.
Poor video store, it's really going out of business after this.
An old movie?
What
They
is
like
this?
went into the movie. They like
Oh,
got Narnia
fuck-
into the
like
movie.
Mario, like with the paintings in Mario 64, except it's movies. You know what this must be?
What?
Millennium Actress. Definitely Millennium Actress vibes. And Kill Bill, I guess. You hear that? Hoorah! That was great.
That's cheap.
I don't want to fight you, Roxy.
You're gonna run away like you did back then.
I'm liking this episode a lot more.
Roxy,
Oh my god.
This episode is also superbly well animated. Like, they clearly stepped it up even. I mean, the whole thing's been good, but this episode specifically.
Roxy! I'm sorry
For what?
for leaving the way I did.
Hmm.
I was too afraid to face you.
So you left without a word? You made me feel like nothing. You were afraid. Good for you. All I wanted was for you to see me.
I'm sorry.
Apology accepted. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna let you win.
Shit!
Oh.
Hey, Kim, why don't you hit that rewind again?
Because she broke the remote.
Oh, right. I missed that part. Whoa!
Ow! Prickles, all the little
Oh.
cactus things.
As far as I'm concerned, you won. College doesn't seem that long ago, but we were pretty immature, weren't we?
You know, I can't remember the last time I just hung out with the girl. This is nice.
The snacks aren't free, you know.
Come on. Fighting makes me hungry.
You're really kicking my ass.
You're not just saying that.
I never just say
Is that a
anything.
we?
Nice. Should we
Looks like it.
I have unfinished business with Scott.
emotional business? He's dead, Ramona.
He's not dead. I'd like to be your friend.
With benefits?
No, no.
Worth a shot. What about you?
Oh, I'm not.
What? What is happening?
They're like,
Sparks.
no.
Shot.
Yeah.
What about your hot coworker? Is she coming back?
Okay, it's time for you to leave. At least I have one less suspect. Roxy didn't know Scott was alive. This was a production. As far as I'm concerned.
Everybody closure. That's why they call it closure. Now you're one step closer to the dumb boy of your dreams, and you buried the hatchet with an X. Multitasking.
Was she doing the Star of Robin Hood or the fucking hamster dance? Sounded like Robin Hood.
It's like a song from something I can't remember.
It's from Robin Hood and the Hamster Dance.
Hollywood legend Lucas Lee is one of your exes?
Unfortunately.
Damn, Ramona. I know he's a handsome, big-chested, devil-may-care Hollywood D-bag, but is he evil enough to kidnap the dude and fake his death?
Only one way to find out.
If fucking Kim and Ramona team up, that's gonna be sick. Robot.
My mistake. Touch your garbage can.
So much of that this episode.
That's her whole thing. What the fuck is Gideon doing here?
Gideon Graves? G-Man?
So, you don't remember me.
Huh?
Gideon Graves wasn't my birth name.
What?
When I moved to New York City, I left my past behind in Levelgate.
His backstory?
But back in the day, you knew me by another name.
Wait, what?
This is her first boyfriend.
Gordon Goose from North Bay, Ontario?
Gordon.
You do remember me. You may be the only one who does. Truly, I've lost everything. My empire is gone. My billionaire friends have shunned me. Even my millionaire friends have turned their backs.
Even my millionaire.
Get a reservation at McDonald's. They laughed at me when I called. So I spent the last of my pocket money on bus fare to Toronto just to see one sympathetic face.
Gordon?
Get your butt in here.
What the fuck is going on? Finn Wolfhard as Teen Scott? I knew it didn't sound like Michael Cera. That's fucking Mike from Stranger Things, the main black-haired kid. Fucking.
I know.
By the way,
know
from
this.
Vancouver.
I really like that episode.
That was good.
That was awesome.
That was good. There was enough. So they addressed my big thing last time, with Ramona being somehow head over heels for Scott, but in a way, it kind of does make sense, especially the way they put it this time, because Ramona's whole thing is that she's very not very fickle and she very spur of the moment. Mm-hmm. Like, she's a free spirit. That's why she dyes her hair all the time. It's because she doesn't like to be held down. She doesn't like things to be all the same. That's why she has all these exes.
Mm-hmm.
So, it kind of does make sense that she would, especially with Scott being gone, it, fuels that fire within her a little bit more. So, and especially the way they put it this time made a little bit more sense. I still don't agree with, the whole thing of, oh, I made tea. It was like how we used to drink tea. That whole flashback they used last time. That was, a weird way of showing it, because it does, sort of add more weight to something. But anyway. I like it a lot more this time. The animation this episode was fucking crazy. It was way funnier for me. I feel like it for maybe it's just me, but to me this episode really helped find its groove for me.
Yeah, I really liked
Roxy was really well voice acted too. I think that helps a lot.
I liked this whole thing and it did kind of go more in the way that I was thinking last episode of she has to make up for her wrongdoing. If she wronged someone, she has to make up for that. It's not up to Scott to fix her problems. He can grow, he potentially can have his own character growth, but he doesn't need to it doesn't need to be tied to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think maybe part of it is if you don't need someone else to come along and fix all of your problems.
Yeah.
She can deal with her own shit and he can deal with his own shit, and then they can be a better couple instead of Scott kind of doing all of the work. Yeah,
I wonder how much, because the one problem I have with that still is that Scott went through his character development as well. It wasn't just
that's what I'm saying.
They both kind of met in the middle at the end of the day. So I wonder how the story will go with Scott. Are they just going to be oh, she gets to the end and then rescue Scott?
Well, what I'm thinking is depending on maybe she's going to get to the end, but then Scott is going to rescue himself. Maybe it is something with his ex that he has to the story's going to be Ramona doing this, but meanwhile Scott has been doing something else like on the other side of wherever
Yeah.
he is. But I really liked this. I liked like
Roxy.
Yeah, I liked her, and I liked their whole like getting the flashbacks of their relationship and how like at first Ramona's like whatever, and then she like actually feels really bad, and you know, clearly she hadn't really thought about it since then. She just ran away from it and put it behind her, and then when she's confronted with it again, she eventually comes around and admits that she was kind of a bitch.
What do you think of the weird fan service between Roxy and Kim? Just completely fucking random. Like, what? That was weird. Yeah. What else? It was just so... Like, we talked in the first episode about how, like, kind of... You said you liked the voice acting. I thought that it was kind of inconsistent, and I feel like that holds true throughout the... It depends on the actor, clearly, but it also, like, depends on the scene and what's going on. Roxy, her actress, I actually like her. I liked her in Sons of Anarchy, and I like her in obviously Scott Pilgrim. But her character in the movie was just, like, very much just like a sex joke about lesbians, like, if that, like, Ramona's lesbian phase, and that's all it kind of was. I like that they're adding more depth to it. It's more interesting here, and I think that her actress, like, fucking killed it, honestly. Like, she was... When she does the little fucking song on her way out, that was so goddamn...
so funny.
Because there's a lot of times in this show, like, this episode, a lot as well, every episode, I feel like I can see the Japanese actors, how, like, I can almost hear how they would perform. Like, how I can almost hear the lines being... Like, I can't speak Japanese... at all, pretty much. But I can understand enough, and I've watched enough anime and shit, or I can see, like, where... Kind of like how a Japanese actor would perform, like, the line in like, a version of Japanese, like, how they say it. Like, I can see how they would say it in Japanese. And, like, I got that a lot this time, where the mouth movements, and I'm just like, oh, man, maybe we should just watch the fucking Japanese dub. Like, it might just fit way better. But there's some times where it's just clearly... so funny in English. And also when fucking Gordon Goose, what the fuck is that? From North Bay, Ontario.
I love that. I actually really like that. I like that kind of like reworking him into the story. I like that they're really like broadening out the story, kind of like you have the League doing whatever, and then like Ramona and Kim kind of teaming up here, which I really like. I hope that maybe that continues, or, you know, maybe Ramona will just go off on her own. I liked Ramona going to the coffee shop to talk to, what was her name? Julie. And then at the end, how it like ties back around how Julie then like he shows up to her house, and like that was really good. I really like. I felt like this episode really kind of like established like a little bit more of the world and like the characters, how they all kind of connect to each other. Like everyone, not just how they relate just to Scott. And also how they relate to this version of the story. Yeah. Rather than like my big thing last time of working off of everybody's assumptions based on the movie and having seen the movie and know the source material. Like sort of grounding them in this version. I feel like that's what this episode was for, especially Ramona. And I feel way more like it's formed kind of into its own thing in this one, especially with putting focus on Julie, which I didn't expect at all. Yeah. I like that. I liked at the beginning with young Neil just like randomly thinking that he wrote a screenplay. I don't know what that's about, but it was funny. And with Knives and Kim playing that song, that was such a awesome. Good sequence. Like, it was really such good. A vibey sequence. Like, I was just like so entranced by it. It was so good. And they like the character animation was so good because they seemed just like, especially Kim is always so angry, except for like the very end. She smiles one time in the movie when Scott like apologizes to her for how he treated her, and then the whole rest of the movie she's just kind of pissed off and kind of like ugh all the time. Yeah. So seeing this side of her was like, and seeing it kind of slowly her move up to it, you know, was really like worked really well for me. Great episode. I really liked it. Really good episode. See you in the next one. I'm Carson. I'm Lindsay. Bye-bye.